It all began with two words: White Mage. With their white robes and trim as red as a ruby, the White Mage was introduced in the original Final Fantasy back in 1987. They set the template for what a JRPG healer looked like, but as JRPGs evolved, so did their healers. Today, they can be snipers, alchemists, and even demons. So let's take a look at 5 healers who redefined what it means to support your party and why they're worth remembering. Stick around to the end, as 1 or 2 of these might just catch you off guard. First up, let's talk about Shionne from Tales of Arise. Shionne's presence is commanding from the moment she enters the screen. Elegant white attire trimmed with deep reds, delicate pink hair that contrasts the firearm she wields. She looks like a healer, but she fights like a storm. In battle, Shionne fulfills her role as a tasteful bridge between offense and recovery. She lobs bombs, wields a sniper rifle with deadly precision, chaining long-range attacks while tossing out AoE heals and emergency first aid. Her kit is fluid, fast, and satisfying. She's a backline support that feels like a frontline force. Narratively, Shionne's curse sets her apart. She's afflicted with thorns, a condition that causes pain to anyone who touches her. She keeps the party alive, but can't be touched, physically and emotionally kept at arm's length. That tension runs through both her story and her ranged playstyle. Her outfit almost feels like a nod to the White Mage of old. Flowing white cloth, splashes of red, but where the White Mage was divine and holy, Shionne is gritty, grounded, and explosive. She's a modern evolution of the archetype, a healer with bite. Moving on to another healer proficient with a gun, Sharla is a sniper and combat medic, a healer shaped by war rather than worship. Her outfit, practical, tactical, built for survival, immediately sets her apart from the traditional robed cleric. There's no divine iconography here, just a combat-ready uniform and a rifle slung over her shoulder. And that rifle isn't just for show. In Xenoblade Chronicles, Sharla uses it to fire specialized ether rounds, long-range shots that heal allies or apply buffs. It's healing through firepower. But there's a catch. The more she fires, the more her rifle overheats, forcing a cooldown period before she can act again. It's a mechanic that makes her feel deliberate and methodical, like a field medic pacing herself through a brutal campaign. That tactical sensibility is echoed in her story. Sharla is a soldier and caretaker caught in a seemingly endless war against the Mechon, machines that wiped out her home and continue to threaten those she loves. Her healing isn't mystical or abstract, it's survival, it's trauma response. Her role in the party reflects that. Calm under pressure, always watching from the backline, doing whatever it takes to keep others going. Sharla shows how the world of a game can reshape the healer archetype, and how practicality can be just as powerful as piety. Let's be quirky and shift from science fiction to spiritual horror, taking a look at a demon from the Megami Tensei series. In particular, the Shin Megami Tensei III version of Daisoujou. Daisoujou is not your typical JRPG healer. No robes of white, no bright-eyed optimism, but instead he's an undead Buddhist monk. Saffron-tinted robes draped over a skeletal frame, prayer beads in hand, mouth agape in what seems like an eternal chant. He floats in meditation, half spiritual, half terrifying, and he heals with the same intensity that he kills. Daisoujou's toolkit is quietly overpowered. He casts Prayer, a bountiful ability that fully restores the party's HP and removes ailments, like a divine reset button. But what makes him terrifyingly sustainable is meditation, a move that drains both HP and MP from enemies, keeping Daisoujou fueled for the long haul. He can also inflict instant death depending on enemy weakness, or spread mass debuffs and ailment damage through a spell called Preach. What makes Daisoujou unique isn't just his power, it's the mood he brings to healing. It's eerie, ritualistic, and morally ambiguous. In a world where gods and demons fight for dominion over human ideals, in Daisoujo's hands, healing isn't an act of kindness, it's a form of balance. A way to assert spiritual order in a world teetering between law and chaos. Okay, so Demon Healer might have been a curveball. Got a favorite or underrated healer of your own? Let's talk about it in the comments. If you're liking the vibe so far, feel free to like and subscribe. It seriously helps the channel, and I'll owe you one, or two, or three. To lighten the mood a bit, let's talk about Sophie from Atelier Sophie 2. Sophie isn't a traditional healer. She doesn't cast Cura or channel divine energy. Instead, she heals through alchemy, crafting salves, tonics, and healing bombs in her cozy atelier. The game's synthesis system is puzzle-based. You match up elemental ingredients on a grid to create items with specific traits like restoring HP or curing status effects. To gather materials for such crafts, Sophie heads out on the field to pick berries, mine crystal shards, chop trees, and more. Your effectiveness as a healer depends on how well you understand the system and prepare ahead of time, not on how big your MP pool is. Sophie's crafty, wholesome design and whimsical attire reflect this energy perfectly. She's warm, friendly, and inventive, more like your favorite next-door neighbor than a solemn cleric. Sophie shows that healing doesn't have to feel sacred or serious. It can be creative, cozy, and is all about fun and experimentation. And last but not least, we have a healer from what I would consider a JRPG adjacent game. Hyacine from Honkai Star Rail is a healer wrapped in pastel magic and sprinkled with glittering charm. Her design is clearly inspired by magical girl anime such as Sailor Moon or Madoka Magica. Bright colors, flowing ribbons, and a rainbow-tinged palette that makes her stand out, even among Star Rail's vibrant cast. In battle, she commands the power of a Memo Sprite companion named Cornelia, a unicorn-like creature who supports her with dazzling finesse. Mechanically, Hyacine's kit is built around consistent party sustain and adaptability. She specializes in AoE heals, increasing her allies' max HP, and cleansing debuffs, all while being able to pummel foes with damage based on the amount of healing she's provided to the party, giving her a flexible role that fits into a wide range of team comps. Her animations are just as striking as her design. Twinkling lights, bubbles, and magical sigils swirl across the screen as she heals, making every ability feel like a performance. Narratively, Hyacine isn't just a visual flourish, she plays a meaningful role in the story. As a doctor from the Twilight Courtyard, her compassion is woven into the plot, helping ground her character beyond just a sparkly support. Without spoiling too much, she has an even more important role than initially realized. Hyacine is a reminder that healers in modern JRPGs can be bold, dazzling, and deeply stylish without sacrificing substance or story impact. The White Mage may have set the standard, but modern JRPG healers break the mold. These 5 are just a glimpse of how far the archetype has evolved, and how much personality can live within a support role. Got any one-of-a-kind healers that I missed? Let's go ahead and talk about them in the comments. And until our next quest, I'll see you later. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're liking the vibe.